Hello and welcome to Newsline on Vietnam Today. You with me, Senang.
And Hồng Trang, and here are the headlines for this hour.
Thanh Hóa Province opens new STEM rooms.
Later on, restoring farms after severe flooding.
And photographers capturing everyday moments in Ho Chi Minh City. We begin the bulletins with continued efforts to enhance education and foster innovation throughout the country. On Sunday, Deputy Prime Minister Lê Thành Long attended the inaugurations of two STEM education practice rooms in Thanh Hóa Province. The two STEM practice rooms at Hàm Rồng High School and Lam Sơn High School for gifted students were sponsored by the Vietnam National Industry Energy Group Petro Vietnam. They are equipped with advanced internationally standardized scientific devices. The Petro Vietnam STEM Innovation Program aims to create an open STEM network that connects STEM rooms nationwide and gradually expands internationally.
Central Vietnam is expecting continued heavy rainfall overnight on November the 16th and over the next 3 days, raising the risk of flooding, flash floods, and landslides. The heaviest rains are forecast for Quảng Trị, Huế, Đà Nẵng, Eastern Quảng Ngãi, and Gia Lai, with total reaching 300 to 600 millimeters, and some areas exceeding 850 millimeters by November 19th. Hà Tĩnh, Western Quảng Ngãi, Gia Lai, Đắk Lắk, and Khánh Hòa may see 100 to 350 millimeters, with certain locations surpassing 500 millimeters. Prolonged rain will push water downstream, potentially causing significant river flooding. Water levels on many rivers from Huế to Khánh Hòa are expected to reach alarm level 2 to 3, with some exceeding level 3, posing a risk of inundation in low-lying areas. Meanwhile, an intensifying cold front will bring colder temperatures to the northern region from tomorrow night, with lows of 12 to 15 degrees Celsius and below 8 degrees in high mountain areas.
Now in Hue City, heavy rainfall has triggered landslide along mountainous communes and the former A Lưới district.
And a major slope failure occurred on National Highway 49 in A Lưới 3 commune, where a large volume of soil, rocks has fallen and trees built along the road, causing significant traffic disruption. Prolonged downpours have also submerged severe local roads in A Lưới 3, with fast-flowing floodwaters intensified by steep terrain. Road management units have deployed personnel and excavators to clear debris and restore traffic as quickly as possible. Downstream low-lying areas along major rivers in Huế remains at high risk of flooding and urban inundation.
And meanwhile, overnight heavy rain caused multiple landslides along Khánh Sơn Pass on Provincial Road 9 in Thanh Hóa Province, cutting off traffic at several points. Water flowing from upstream has severely inundated Lò Gạch Bridge and several overflow bridges, prompting authorities to block access at both ends. A section of National Highway 1 in Cam Lâm Commune and various local roads have also been flooded, requiring continuous traffic diversion and on-site emergency response. Due to severe weather conditions, railway services in Khánh Hòa were suspended. Train operations will resume once floodwaters recede. And agriculture remains one of the hardest hit sectors following recent severe weather. In Da Nang City, nearly 1,400 hectares of vegetable were destroyed, over 220 hectares of aquaculture washed away, and more than 3,000 tons of food spoiled. Meanwhile, Huế reported over 80% of its vegetable fields flooded. Farmers are now racing to restart production for the winter crop and the crucial harvest season ahead of it.
At La Hương Vegetable Village, farmers are taking advantage of the dry weather to clean up their fields. They hire excavators to clear thick layers of silt, working quickly to replant in time for the new season.
We have to buy fertilizer at around $3 a bag. We just keep working. We can't afford to sit and wait.
Most safe vegetable cooperatives in the city have gradually resumed production, with hundreds of hectares now replanted. If weather conditions hold, the first harvest could be ready in about a month.
We're sowing seeds while we can. We don't know if more rain is coming. The losses have been too big already.
In Visa Ward of Hue City, many flower farms remain waterlogged despite lifting the dead flowers onto higher racks. Farmers here are also working non-stop to salvage what they can.
We're doing everything possible to recover in time for that.
Local authorities are assisting farmers with recovery efforts, providing materials, seedlings, and livestock support to help them stabilize productions after the floods.
This year alone, Hanoi has broken ground on 7 new bridges across the Red River, all racing towards completion no later than 2028. The list of new crossings taking shape on the city's transport map includes Tu Liên, Ngọc Hồi, Vân Phúc, Trần Hưng Đạo, Thượng Cát, Hồng Hà, and Mễ Sở bridges. Nearly $4 billion have been invested in these projects. Here are the details.
The Tu Liên Bridge construction site is once again bustling, with crews working non-stop. The push is critical after the project was forced to halt for almost 20 days.
Board pile drilling has run all day. Sometimes people work, sometimes the machines do. So we arrange our shift flexibly. The project is actually ahead of schedule.
Tu Liên Bridge is currently pouring concrete for its 2 main pillars. Since work started in May, progress has consistently exceeded requirements, even with interruptions caused by weather and river conditions.
Projects crossing the Red River are on extremely short and urgent timelines. Contractors must prepare and mobilize everything in advance. While working on one item, we're already preparing for the next to keep the workflow continuous and meet the project's goals in the most optimized way.
This accelerated pace can also be seen across the 6 other Red River Bridge projects.
We constantly urge contractors to stay fully prepared to make up for the delays caused by weather. At this point, the projects are essentially meeting the timelines set by both the government and the city.
For major projects, especially these 7 bridges, the city has instructed a green lane mechanism. That means issues must be handled within 24 to 48 hours, with immediate yes or no answers, while city leaders conduct continuous and direct supervision.
Hanoi currently has 9 bridges across the Red River in operation and 7 under construction. Under the city's latest plan, a total of 28 bridges will span the river by 2035. The city estimates it will need around $11.5 billion to build 10 additional bridges under this long-term plan.
Up next on Newsline. Lebanon to file UN war complaint.
And Japan's Sakurajima volcano erupts. Now let's continue the bulletin with international updates. Soning has the details.
Yes, Thảo Trang. So natural disasters continue to ravage the globe in 2025, causing massive economic losses and highlighting the escalating impacts of climate change worldwide. According to the Portugal authorities on Saturday, violent weather unleashed by Storm Claudia killed 3 people and injured dozens. Rescue workers found the bodies of an elderly couple inside their flooded home in Fernão across the river Tagus from Lisbon. In Albufeira, a tornado struck a campsite, killing an 85-year-old woman and injuring 28 others. Meanwhile, in Britain, rescue workers were organizing evacuations due to heavy flooding in Wales and England. Wales has issued 11 flood warnings, 4 of which are severe, as well as 17 flood alerts. In England, there were 49 active flood warnings and 134 flood alerts. And Lebanon plans to submit a complaint to the United Nations Security Council, accusing Israel of constructing a concrete wall along the southern border that crosses the UN-designated Blue Line, said the Lebanese presidency Saturday. The Blue Line is the boundary drawn by the United Nations between Lebanon, Israel, and the Israeli-controlled Golan Heights, established after Israel forces withdrew from southern Lebanon in 2000. UN Secretary General spokesperson Stefan Dujarric said the wall has cut off Lebanese access to more than 4,000 square meters of territory. The Lebanese presidency called the move a violation of Security Council resolutions and an infringement on Lebanon's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Israel rejected the accusations. An Israeli military spokesperson said the construction does not cross the Blue Line and is part of a defensive plan implemented since 2022. And over the past year, South Korea police have arrested more than 3,500 suspects in connections with online sex crimes, nearly half of whom were teenagers. According to the Korean National Police Agency, over 3,400 cases of online sexual abuse were detected between November last year and October 2025, resulting in the arrest of more than 3,550 individuals, with over 200 placed in temporary detention. This figure marks an increase of nearly 50% compared with the same period last year. By type, deepfake-related crimes accounted for 35.2% of arrests, followed by offenses involving child and youth sexual abuse materials and crimes involving illicit film images. And a volcano on Japan's western island of Kyushu erupted multiple times on Sunday, sending smoke and ash soaring nearly 4.5 kilometers into the air. Dozens of flights were canceled as authorities scrambled to keep flight travel safe. The volcano Sakurajima sits at the southern tip of Kyushu near Kagoshima City. The Japanese Meteorological Agency said it first erupted around 1 a.m. with two more blasts at 2:30 a.m. and 8:50 a.m. Local media reports that at least 30 flights in and out of Kagoshima Airport were canceled due to ashfall. Sakurajima is one of Japan's most active volcanoes. Its eruptions are frequent, though Sundays mark the first time in almost 13 months that ash reached 4 kilometers or higher. Back in 2019, the volcano hurled ash as high as 5.5 kilometers. In Jordan, the country with the highest smoking rate in the Middle East and among the highest worldwide, is grappling with severe public health and economic consequences. In response, the government has launched a new outreach strategy by deploying mobile smoking certainty on clinics in communities.
Across the capital, Amman, shipping containers converted into mobile clinics have become a familiar sight. They are part of Ministry of Health initiative, working alongside local medical centers and a national hotline to make cessation services more accessible to residents. These mobile units are crucial for reaching smokers who rarely visit traditional healthcare facilities. Here, they receive free counseling, nicotine replacement therapies, and behavioral guidance to help them navigate the difficult early stages of quitting.
Most self-directed attempts to quit smoking fail. This clinic provides counseling services to help people quit. My job is to guide them through nicotine withdrawal symptoms so they can stop smoking successfully.
Beyond treatment, the clinic serves as an outreach platform. Healthcare workers speak directly with residents about the dangers of tobacco, from traditional cigarettes and shisha to e-cigarettes, all of which are deeply ingrained in Jordanian daily life. Many people still view smoking as part of an unchangeable lifestyle.
I came here to quit smoking. I used to smoke 2.5 packs a day. Gradually, I went down to 2 packs, then 1 pack after the doctor encouraged me. And now just have a pack. Since this morning, I've only had 1 cigarette. It saves money, and my children deserve that money more than cigarettes.
Jordan still faces significant challenges as smoking rates remain high. But with mobile clinics that are flexible, accessible and free, the government hopes to give thousands of citizens a realistic pathway from nicotine addiction and toward a healthier future.
Coming up next, transparent customs procedures.
And we'll see how everyday moments are captured in Ho Chi Minh City. You're back on Newsline. The labor market in Ho Chi Minh City is heating up as the year draws to a close, with an estimated 30,000 additional workers needed ahead of Lunar New Year. Demand is in service as high-tech industries reflecting the city's ongoing economic recovery. Experts say recruitment needs are not only rising in numbers, but also shifting towards candidates who are tech-savvy, adaptable, and able to work in fast-changing environments. At a recently held job fair, thousands of applicants explored opportunities in real estate, tourism, services, and entertainment, agriculture, and consumer goods. With businesses accelerating the year-end production and expansion, the city is expected to remain one of the country's most active labor hubs in the weeks leading up to TID.
And business owners can now easily track the entire custom clearance process for their shipments from the moment a declaration is registered until the goods are clear. This is thanks to a new application launched nationwide by Vietnam Customs, allowing individuals and businesses to monitor custom procedures via its electronic portal.
With information updated every 15 minutes, the new declaration lookup function is a boon to FDI enterprises. Some of them process tens of thousands of declarations each month. They now have full visibility over each stage, from declaration registration to risk classification, tax payment, and final release of goods.
When we know which officer is handling our documents, we can contact them immediately by phone. This significantly shortens clearance time, reducing storage costs, and accelerates the shipment process.
We no longer need to go to the custom office. Everything is monitored through the application. This demonstrates the customs sector's effort in digital transformation to become more professional, modern, and transparent.
All processing results are promptly and publicly communicated to enterprises.
We have deployed a system to evaluate customs officers through their processing of declarations directly linked to businesses' declarations platforms. This helps businesses easily monitor the progress of each officer's work and improves the service quality of the customs agency.
As soon as customs updates the information, businesses instantly know when their goods have been inspected, how much tax they owe, and when taxes are paid or permits issued.
The Great National Solidarity Festival of the Vietnamese community in Kyushu, Japan, took place yesterday, that's November 16. This marks the first time the event has been organized among Vietnamese communities abroad as part of the pilot program, Great National Solidarity Festival in Vietnamese Communities Overseas, launched by the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee. Our correspondent in Japan reports.
The most moving moment of the festival in Fukuoka was the sight of more than 1,000 Vietnamese participants dressed in the colors of the national flag, forming a massive red banner with a yellow star. The Global Vietnamese Record Organization presented a certificate recognizing the event as the largest human formation of the Vietnamese national flag in Japan to the Vietnamese Association in Fukuoka.
From all corners of the country, we have gathered here to form our national flag, carrying within us faith, pride, and the spirit of the Vietnamese people. We remind one another to stay united and strive to build a stronger image of the Vietnamese community.
The flag is not only a symbol of Vietnam, but also a symbol of unity, pride, and the strength of our community.
We have created an unprecedented milestone for the Vietnamese community in Japan, a giant Vietnamese flag composed of 15 blocks representing 15 components of the community.
The festival features a variety of activities, including a sports day with tug-of-war, cycle races, relay races, and more. At the event, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee in cooperation with the Consulate General of Vietnam in Fukuoka, honored individuals and groups for their contributions to community building, strengthening solidarity, and promoting Vietnamese culture and language in Japan.
And Vietnam Television, or VTV, won 2 first prizes in both categories for professional production companies at the 5th Southeast Asian Video Festival for Children held in Thailand on Saturday. In the nonfiction category for children aged 8 to 12, the first prize went to the film Khai's Walk. The film portrays the determination and optimism of Gong Khai, a young boy with disabilities who overcomes challenges in his daily life. In the fiction category for children aged 7 and under, the first prize was awarded to the paper-cut stop-motion animation Cherishing Friends. And building on the recent achievements in visual storytelling, attention now turns to a different creative expression that captures the pulse of daily life.
And particularly street photography, the art of capturing everyday moments is gaining popularity, especially in the bustling urban areas full of life and energy. In our next report, let's join reporter Tung Fan in Ho Chi Minh City to see how some photographers capture the city's vibrant streets through their lenses.
Photo walks like this usually take place early in the morning, but not too early. So there's still plenty of light today. 7 a.m. here in Ho Chi Minh City, and the hunt for the best decisive moment begins.
In street photography, timing and composition may seem like everything. But ask any seasoned photographer, and they tell you there's much more to it.
Street photography isn't just about going out and capturing whatever we see. It teaches us something deeper, to care for and empathize with people and situations around us. When we truly understand them, our photos gain more depth and emotion.
For some photographers, the goal isn't to capture perfect shots, but to embrace whatever unfolds and use the journey as a way to look inwards.
In professional life, everything has to be planned ahead. Photo shoot is a different thing. You are surprised by everything you see, every moment you see, every people you see. We are living in the modern world. People with the fast speed of living go back to the street. You're slowing down yourself and you allow yourself to really realize where you are, who you are at the moment.
And the hospitality of people in Ho Chi Minh City make it all the more worthwhile.
I've been very fortunate to travel around much of Asia and the world. And what I've noticed is that Vietnamese people are especially receptive and open to having their photographs taken. They're very friendly, they're very warm and welcoming. As a foreigner, I've learned a great deal about Vietnamese culture by coming on these regular photo walks, visiting the various parts of Ho Chi Minh City.
At the end of the photo walk, the photographers gather over tea and coffee, sharing stories as they review their shots. Sometimes it's these quiet moments together that matter most.
Now, one of the most talked about productions in Vietnam's evolving musical theater scene is The Dream of Chi Pheo, a modern Broadway-inspired adaptation of Nam Cao's classic short story. Chi Pheo is an iconic character in Vietnamese literature, symbolizing the struggles of those oppressed under the feudal society and their longing for dignity, love, and a simple human life. After a year of performances across major theaters, the production now returns to the Ho Gum Opera House with a range of fresh, innovative elements.
I'm standing backstage right now, and our main characters are doing their final steps to get ready to be on stage. And even though this is not the first time this musical has been performed here in Vietnam, I can still feel the renewed energy of the cast and the crew as they get ready for one of the most refined versions of The Dream of Chi Pheo, one with English subtitles to welcome international audiences.
not expecting to be so immersed with emotion. Without the subtitle, I wouldn't get the full picture of what the play means. So it was very helpful for concept and situation that was happening in the play. I'm very excited about what I learned about Vietnamese culture.
This newest version blends a wide range of performing arts, from Broadway-style musical theater to Vietnamese traditional forms, combining singing, contemporary dance, aerial choreography, and some. With inventive props, dynamic 3D lighting, and even real water on stage, the world of Vo Dai Village becomes vivid and immersive. These elements create a visual language rarely seen in Vietnamese theater, enhancing both the humor and the heartbreak of the story.
We chose an art form that is still quite new in Vietnam and creatively combine jazz, pop, rock, and even folk music to express a wide range of feelings and emotional states of the character.
On stage, the characters' fears, their desires, and their humanity feel amplified through music and movement. And in a creative departure from the original text, the musical ends on a hopeful note, imagining Chi Phèo and Thị Nô finding happiness and even starting a family.
The most emotional and difficult scene for me is the scene where Thị Nô lulls her child to sleep, carries the message we want to send to the audience. Everyone is born with an innate goodness in their heart. It never truly disappears. It's only a matter of whether we pay attention to it and choose to nurture it.
The dream of Chi Phèo is more than a musical. It reflects the ambition of Vietnamese artists to bring Vietnamese culture to the world and the belief that these stories deserve a place on the global stage. It carries the hope that Vietnamese theater can rise and stand proudly among leading international productions.
And that is all the news that we have for this hours on Newsline.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the upcoming bulletins.